welcome. Greetings, Council. I stand in complete support of the city workers. Every single city worker deserves to get paid for the essential work that they do to work in hazardous conditions. It was not a coincidence that the second person that died in the entire state of North Carolina from coronavirus was a brother named Adrian Grubbs. May Brother Adrian Grubbs rest in peace. He was a sanitation worker in the city of Raleigh. The work that these brothers and sisters do every day on the front lines in the middle of a public health pandemic, they are providing a public health service. Sanitation to keep our city clean, to keep the rats off our curbs, to keep all the refuse and the things that they talked about clean so that we can live in our homes while we are working from home. They deserve to be treated and paid with respect, and they deserve to be paid for the work that they do. You know, the fact that the city of Norfolk gave a $2,000 bonus, right? The fact that Chesapeake, that Suffolk, that Hampton, all these cities that are smaller than the city of Virginia Beach managed to find the will. Because it's not because you don't have money, it's a matter of political will, right? To provide the hazard pay that these workers are asking for. And it's interesting to me that you mentioned that you didn't have the money in the federal funds from the CARES Act, but it's interesting to me that you're talking about you're pulling it out of existing salary funds. This means these workers are already underpaid, already suffering from years and years of neglect of being underpaid. You know, workers in the public works and utilities and parks and rec and sanitation, when you talk about an emergency responder, when a water main explodes and water is rushing everywhere, who comes and fixes that? A worker in public utilities. You know, when a hurricane comes through our town, is it police and fire that clean up the trees that fall down? No, it's other essential workers. And the one thing I want to leave with you, which I think is the most disturbing of all these issues, is it is not a coincidence again. This is a 98% African-American department. We cannot ignore that this is a racial justice issue and that these departments that are not largely African-American, you find the funds for. You find for an annual wage increase. You find for hazard pay. You find for, you know, material, PPE. Well, what about all the other essential workers and the largely African-American workforce that keeps this city running? So if you want to keep this city running, I am 100% behind these workers. I hope you continue to meet with them, to listen with them, to listen carefully. And I challenge the mayor. In 2006, when the sanitation workers in Raleigh went on strike, Mayor Meeker the next day was in the back of the sanitation truck and joined them. Thank you.
Thank you very much.